All right, you
All
should
right,
be good.
guys, welcome to our Wednesday. So great to see you all. Back to the routine as normal as we can be. Just general thoughts on what's going on. And most of you guys see me, I'm in a different setting. I'm at home. You guys are home, but we can still get things done together. So let's stay together. Let's get back on our routine and let's keep crushing it. And I'm going to share my screen with you guys today so that you can see what I see. And to me, looking at what content is relative today, this is not just for mortgage or real estate. This is for people who want to succeed in this market. So I believe as I go through the handout to the very top, it's how to make money while quarantined. At the end of the day, we are all at home and we're quarantined. So how do you make money while under quarantine? Well, and I'm just kind of sharing what my team's doing so we can have you guys take on the same set of practices. We are focused, we are drilling down, we are sticking to our disciplines as much as we possibly can. And with that attitude, with that approach, we are doing better than ever, and so can you with this attitude. My team has generated $93 million in new business. That's $93 million, my team in new business over the past 2 weeks. And today I'm going to show you exactly how that's working. So being quarantined, being hunkered down, and having this world be different is just that. It's not bad, it's just different. Our reality might be different. Maybe we work from home forever. Maybe you found your new normal. It takes 21 days to make any habit a part of your world. And we're on day 10 to 15 right now. So I believe that within the next week, you'll feel very normal. Many of you will feel that you're more balanced, that you can actually get more done from home and look at this as a good thing, because my team certainly is. And I'm going to show you all today how we put together $93 million in new customers volume over the past 2 weeks. So it's time, and I've been speaking about this for a long time. A lot of our one-on-one calls, we've talked about this, that this has been coming for a long time, and this has been change. The world is changing. Are you ready? How many times have we had these conversations or webinars about making sure that your goal is not to be captive by something that you can't control? And that's what the challenge in this industry is we are captive by things we can't control, whether it's a referral partner referring us business, and now that referral partner is not in business, or they can't operate like they normally would, or the place where I go get customers is closed. You will not have that problem if you switch, or you continue to switch and really buy in, believe that this is the model for you. It's a social media, digital-based model. And what is social media? It's not Instagram, it's not Facebook. Those are websites, those are companies. Social media is how you interact in a social setting. We talk about social distancing. Well, there's social media too. So social media is the only way you can effectively run a business if you can't see clients face to face again. And if it's not the coronavirus, it's something else down the road that might change. But if you can control your business, if you can find ways to be digital and get the customer first, you can actually close more business when the market changes. So it is time, and it has been time for a while, to switch your business to a cell phone, social media-based business for all of us here today. And if you've made sort of the half buy-in, I've done this a little bit, but not all the way, you're home. So think about how you can do this from home. Can you, and ask yourself this question, can you run your business for home forever, the way you run it? If not, make the changes today so that if you had to run your business from home digitally for the rest of your career, you could. Next page. I call this the Kylie Jenner model. We all know Kylie Jenner. She's a reality TV star. And for no fault of her own, she's a super mogul. And I'm not saying we have to be like Kylie Jenner. We don't have to put everything out there to be successful. But if you look at the model, her Instagram clip is here, Kylie Jenner, 167 million followers. And Forbes had this article on her just about a couple of days ago, or today even, I think, that showed that at 21 years old, she was the first billionaire, 21-year-old self-made billionaire. Well, how was she self-made? Because she has a brand. She could sit home and post anything she wants and sell anything she wants to because she has a brand. She's not depending on someone giving her a referral. She's not depending on somebody else opening up a storefront for her. She is the brand. And I'm going to show you today why I'm working on my brand and how building your brand is why you can have a digital-based business. And with that model, it doesn't matter if there's a national disaster. It doesn't matter if your company goes through growing pains or changes. You'll come out on top if you can buy into this model today, which we've been talking about for quite some time, about customer first, digital first, using a cell phone to reach more people. Let's keep going. So the question here is, how do we make money while quarantined? And the word quarantined is the buzzword of the time, but that word could change to something else. Maybe we don't do business in offices anymore, but it's how to make money while the market changes is maybe a better word to phrase this. How to make money in influx, how to make money when there's chaos or during turmoil. There's 5 ways. If you can pay attention and grasp what I'm saying, there's 5 ways to make money while the market's changing. Number 1, assemble a database. Number 2, push out content. Number 3, tell a blast. Number 4, pick up the low-hanging fruit. And then number 5, call everyone. So assembling a database, pushing out content, teleblasting, picking up the low-hanging fruit, and then calling everybody. With this model, you'll make more money while quarantined. So let's talk about the first step, the mindset. Before we jump into how to execute this plan that I'm going to show you all, it's all about your mindset. It's all about your approach. It's all about your attitude and about your will to get up and hustle and grind and win. So the mindset when there is chaos is stay. Stay. Where there's chaos, winners stay. Don't run from problems, you stay still. And I go back to the last economic turndown. I stayed in the business, I called customers, and I got more business during chaos than I got when there wasn't chaos. Because when there's chaos, there's reasons to talk to people. There are things you can do to help people. So when there's chaos, stay. Don't leave your companies, don't leave your houses, just stay. Stay and help people. And when you help people, you're gonna make money. So I call it the stay model. You stay hungry, you stay disciplined, you stay consistent, you stay connected, and you stay strong. You stay hungry, get up and drive. If you want to make money, you have to have the desire. If you desire to make money, you will. Stay disciplined, stay on your routine. Continue to do the things that got you there in the first place. Stay consistent. Are you still making your phone calls? Day in and day out, hammering the phone, helping people consistently. Stay connected to people. We all need one another, but we don't have to do it the old-fashioned way. We don't have to be face-to-face. I can talk to all you right now through a webinar link. We all can be connected through this digital platform that is technology, and stay strong. You must stay strong because things are going to be challenges. You're going to lose deals. Your company's going to tell you the guidelines changed. We are no longer servicing that population. We're no longer offering that product. Okay, don't be surprised. Are you prepared for the market to change? Could you only sell, if the market only offered one program, I could say in business. If it only offered one program, I could say in business. Just give me one thing to sell and I can sell it well. But that's my mindset. So you must be strong and realize that if you have one hot dog to sell, you can make enough money to provide for your family. You don't need 50 varieties. You don't need all of these options. You need a strong mindset. You need to be connected, be consistent, and be disciplined. And above all else, you've got to stay hungry. I've got a quote for you guys, and this is a quote from the great Iron Mike Tyson. And it's, everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Many may feel like you got punched in the mouth over the past couple of weeks. The market's changed, and now your plan's different. You were riding high, having the best year of your life, and all of a sudden, something changed. Well, now is where you can test your true mettle, because everybody's got a plan. Things are going so easy. You can go raise capital. The market's going so well. Stocks are up 200%. The market's going crazy. I can get deals closed. I'm buying and selling. I'm flipping this. I'm flipping that. And all of a sudden, there's a stop to that. And you've got to press the reset button. And I'm hoping today is kind of an unlock for some of you people. And the unlock has to be, you cannot run business based on depending on someone referring you business that is having to go out in the field to get the business. Your customers are the people that will refer you other customers in this market. But planning on a business to refer you business, if that business closes, you're closed. You can't ride the coattails of another company. You must be the company. And so everyone's got a plan to go get business until they get punched in the mouth. And today I'm hoping is an unlock and a reset and a recalibration for a lot of you guys. We got a quote from Warren Buffett, and this is one that Sarah Jackson shared with me, so I'm going to share that all with you all. And it's be fearful, and Warren Buffett made more money and has made more money in the market than anybody. And his model is be fearful when others are greedy, but be greedy when others are fearful. So right now, there's a lot of fear. How am I going to make ends meet? What happens if that closes? Where am I going to get food? How am I going to get my toilet paper? All these things are in your mind right now. But right now is not the time to be afraid. Right now is the time to be greedy. And what you want to be greedy for is for customers. Your goal right now has to be get more customers than ever before. Your goal right now has to be I'm going to swallow up people because people need people. And if I'm a people first business, there's lots of those people that need my advice, need my guidance, need my support. So let's be greedy for people today. Let's talk about now this model, the 5 points on how to make money when we're dealing with quarantine. And it is number one, assembling a database. Those with the biggest reach and the biggest network, hence the Kylie Jenner model. Her model is simply a big database of customers. So a database can be broken down into 4 parts: your phone, your CRM, your list in some email somewhere that you haven't put together, and an old contact sheet of client names and numbers. You need a database. If you haven't built one, then have that be your unlock right now. That holy hell, I'm going into a market that's changing and I don't have a database. My number one goal is to work on building my database. Many of you have only been dealing with people that call you. Okay, guess what? I'm dealing on a business to business model. That means when my phone rings from someone sending someone to me, I'm answering the phone and servicing that client. That model could be dying or could be dead. And if it's not, if you prepare for it to be dying and dead, you'll survive. Because if your model is your own database, which is your phone, your CRM, your email list, wherever it is, or any random contact sheet that you have, while you may have this downtime, the first thing you can do with your downtime is to assemble a database. I call it database trilogy. And this database trilogy is all the contacts must be in one CRM, one CVS file. There must be one centralized port for your contacts. Number 2, all contacts must be moved from your central port into social media. And then number 3, all the contacts going forward must be in your cell phone. Your cell phone must be your computer. Your cell phone must house everybody you know, because once you have a database, you can start running a database business. And that's when you can run a Kylie Jenner model, which is I put out something and people see and come and they buy because I'm putting out content to my database. So the database trilogy, again, is all contacts in one spot. Everyone's got to be in social media, and all the contacts have to also be in your phone. So if you use your cell phone always as the only point of contacting people, wherever you go in this world, you've got your database with you. It's by your side. It's where you sleep. It's where you eat. It's where you breathe. Your database is a part of you. In our next lesson, I'm going to show you guys next up how to move your database into your CRM through your cell phone, taking your contacts out of your cell and putting them all into a place where you can drip on them. So I'm going to show you what today, and then show you the kind of how to in our next get together. So once you have a database, which is the number one thing, you can then start to reach out to them by pushing out content. And I'm talking to you right now because you're sitting on this webinar with me and you're thinking, how am I going to get business if this market continues to be this way? And maybe I go back to work. I think that it's good. Maybe there's another pandemic in 6 months. Are you prepared? By building a database, you're prepared for any hunker down. Do you have the necessary resources to stay inside and run your business? If you have a database, you certainly do. So once you, number one, have the database, then number 2, you can push out content to this database. And this is how my team has generated over $90 million in business in 2 weeks. Is our huge database, which have been growing forever, and we push out content to that database. So the way you push out content, or what you want to push out, is 2 things: things that are relative and things that are entertaining. Don't push out commentary that you think is important that has no relation to what that person's going through. So what's going on in the world today that could be a reason someone would apply with you? What is happening today in the world? They can get a borrower off their rear end and say, I want to work with you. Well, an example, Fed's recently cut rates to 0%. So there's two mindsets when you are in lending and this is your business. You say, well, that's not really exactly how it works, because the Fed cutting to 0% doesn't mean the rates are zero. So I'm going to go tell everybody that that's not really true. Well, if that's your mindset, no one's going to apply with you. Everything should be marketing based. So when I hear in my mindset, Fed's cut rates to 0%, yes, there's a lot more to that. There should be an asterisk with an explanation. But if I say, hey, everyone, guess what? If you've watched the news, the Fed's just cut rates, the federal fund rate, to almost 0%. If you want to see how that affects you, then give me a call. That's marketing. So I'm taking something relative in this marketplace, very simple, not overcomplicating things, not putting things in a pessimistic light, but saying, hey, good news, which we all need today. The Fed's just cut rates to 0%. If you want to see how that affects you and your situation, then give my team a call. And that's what drives the masses back in. But if you don't have a database, you can't get that message out. Because if you're only calling people that are calling you first, you're waiting for someone to call you and there's no one calling you and your business can flatline. So having a database and then being relative to the database is important. So Fed's cut rates to 0%, talking point. People losing their jobs, talk about that. People applying for mortgages or applying for houses, talk about that in this economy. Let people know that to call you during the recession, maybe you can help them with their recession plan. Are they struggling with their business? Call me for a recession plan. Reach out to me to help you with identifying how to save money during a recession. These are things that people have on top of mind, how to survive this economic downturn if there is one. And if you're putting out relative content to what the customer is going through, it's easy. All you have to do is Google the news. If you Google the news in the morning, you look at what's trending, all you have to do is put that trending topic into your business narrative. So let's say you are selling sneakers. You can Google the news and how the news affects the customer and then put out a content about, hey, if you're wondering where to buy sneakers, we are still open for business. On my website, there are the newest, best sneakers and we're offering a discount due to the recession. So you can still get your sneaker fix in during the recession, look cool on your couch. Just an example of what you can do that's trending that can relate to your business. If it's real estate or mortgage or it's sneakers or it's applesauce, it's all about how you can connect to the customer digitally through pushing out content. So once it's relative, people will pay attention. The next thing, it has to be entertaining. So show people on the entertaining side your morning routine. Show them how you're dealing with this downturn. Motivate them. Show them your work setup, which I'm in an office right now with just white walls, and it's the third level of my house, and I'm working upstairs so that the kids don't have to bother me when I'm talking to you all right now. Share that content with them. How do you deal with it? How do you focus? Do you have a quiet space? Are you working 2 hours at a time and doing family stuff? What are you going through? People will actually agree with that and they'll resonate with that because they're going through the exact same things. Post about your family. Last night we did Legos on the floor with my kids and I posted about that. Lego time. Are you doing Lego time? How are you getting through this together? So it's all about pushing out content to the masses, but to have the masses, you must have a database. So first is database, second is push out content. And in our next get together, I'm going to show you guys how to do better, how to create content and how to actually post content that can get people to work with you and want to apply with you. So just kind of hang in there. This is about the macro. Next time going for the micro. And when you push out content, this next screen applies. This is what happens when you push out this kind of content. Here was an email that my team got. We got 3 borrowers that applied with my team. This was $1 million in business right here off of one piece of content that I put out. So, hey, Ben, it is, I took the name off of the email. I have no doubt you remember myself and my 2 daughters from previous loans. We all realized that with rates going down, we need to save money and all need cash. Give us a call, please, so we can lock in. Here's the best part about this. And by the way, the full video of the day in the life was awesome and very well done. It says a lot about your character and the kind of person you are. You make fitness and family a priority in your life, great balance and discipline. So yes, this guy emailed me, but he emailed me back on content that I put out about my life. And then I put out content about the market, and he emailed me and said, hey, 3 loans like that. So I'm not depending or tied to having to have a referral partner have to give me business. When they do, obviously that's great, but why do we have to live in a if they do world? We should be able to put out content about what we're doing in our lives that's going to resonate with people, that will lead them to apply with you. And this didn't cost me any money, no marketing. I pushed out content. And when you do, that's what happens. I know you're all saying right now, but wait, I'm afraid to push out content. Oh my gosh, it's Home Alone. So on the next call, I'm going to help you guys with your content fear and overcoming this fear, because we have to overcome this content fear if we want to make it in a content-based world. Okay, next is teleblasting. So database and CRM is first. So everyone's in one CRM. Next, you push out content so they see what you're doing. Now you can teleblast them. So there's 3 things that I'm going to encourage everybody and push everyone to do. And I hope this is a moment of unlock for you today, because you can sit here just like I am with your mobile device, and you can create one piece of content less than 1 minute long, and you can reach the masses. And there's no way that you will get that many referrals based on one person. But with technology, you can reach the masses. And if you have to hunker down, you have to be sitting still, you have to be working quarantined, then you have to be able to teleblast. So a voice teleblast, an email campaign, and a text campaign. Now, in this context, I'm not going to show you all how to do this, because I think that's reaching too far. But you could research how to do it, or on our next call, I'm going to show you how to do it. Today, I want us to start with, in the next time between today and our next conversation, getting everything into the CRM, and then working on building your content. And then I'm going to show you guys how to blast to everyone, because I can create one voicemail drop, and I can drop that in 12,000 voicemails at a time, and I can get 120 phone calls back within 15 to 30 minutes. That's powerful. That's macro. So I think by being quarantined, you can make more money, because it is forcing you to sit still and use technology, where otherwise you're going out there and chasing business. Well, stop chasing business, start building a business. So a voice drop is you creating a voicemail and dropping it into 1, 10, or 1,000 or 10,000 voicemails on one time. And it could be something like, hey, it's Ben, I was thinking about you, rates dropped today, give me a call back, let me help you save some money. And it will be a missed call on their caller ID, and they will call you back. A lot of people will call back just because they missed your phone call, or they think that they did. It's your way to help a lot of people. It's not just a way to reach a lot of people selfishly for yourself, but it's a way for you to help a lot of people. And a lot of people don't know where to go to get help. And a lot of people's banks and businesses are turning them away. So by being in business and talking to more people, you're helping more people. An email blast. I'm going to show you guys also how to create an email video of yourself and blast that to everyone in your database. But if you don't have one, you're not reaching everyone. And then lastly, a text campaign, where you're texting your database, hey, if you're looking to save money, my team can help. Give me a call back. Here's how it works. So I hope that you guys see that when I say my team's done $90 million in the last 2 weeks, we haven't even gotten started here, because we're only starting to do blasts again like we need to, because we have to. So when you have to do things, sometimes you're better for doing the things you are forced to do. And that's the point. I think we'll be better for this together, and you'll create a digital-based, home-based business. Who doesn't want the chance to work from home? I may ditch my suits forever. I have a closet full of 100 suits, but you know what? I'm not feeling too bad right now. So this could be the new normal for me as well. Let's keep going. Next is you pick up the low-hanging fruit. You have a database, you create content, you do a mega teleblast, and then you pick up the low-hanging fruit. It's no longer about cold calling. It's about picking up the lowest hanging fruit. So on this example, 1% on the average of all people should respond to a blast that you put out. That response will be significantly higher if you put out content on social media. If you just blast, you get 10 customers for every 1,000 blasts on the average. If you blast and put out content, so for example, someone sees some content that we put out, someone sees it again and again, then you blast them. They're like, oh, okay, that's the person that I'm seeing content on, and I just got their voicemail. Now they are warmed up when they call you back. But at the very least, if you do 1,000 blasts at one time from sitting still, you should get 10 people per blast to reach back out to you and say, let's have a conversation. So how long will it take you in the real natural old school world to go out there and knock on doors or ask and beg your business partners for referrals to get 10 customers? Is it a month of meeting people and buying them coffee and lunch and taking them out and wowing them to get one deal from them? That's a lot of work to get one deal, where I can show you a model that I believe in that has generated my team $90 million in business, where we sit still, we do one blast, and then people just call us. Which one's more comfortable? I'm feeling pretty cozy right now. And you can do the exact same thing. And if you look at this idea, I took this crop snapshot from a Google search that I did this morning. The average number of contacts in a phone is 611. So right there, there's 611 people in your phone that know you. If you blast those people, you'll probably get a 25% response because they know you. So you could get 25% response on 600 people. That is, on the low math, 150 people that may say, let's talk about doing a deal together. It's easy if you are building a network of trust. I put this here because I want you guys to realize, what if everybody in your network was as close to you as the people in your phone? And now you blasted everyone in your network. Your business would explode. You couldn't even get to all the deals that you had, whether you're selling mortgages or selling real estate or selling sneakers or selling whatever. It's about you having a network that knows you and you making an offer to them and then following up. So once you do the blasting and you do personalized, customized blasting, then you're simply picking up the low-hanging fruit. And then the next part of this lesson is to call everyone else. And you will feel like this picture if you're watching me here today. If you're listening along, it's a picture of a lady and she's holding about 6 phones and she's losing her mind. And that's how my team is feeling right now. We are losing our minds. We're working until 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. We're falling asleep with a laptop in bed. We're getting up in the morning with sleep in our eyes, stumbling back upstairs to finish putting loans together. That's how my team is feeling right now. We can't get to all the people because we are focused on building a network, creating content, and blasting. And if you're saying, well, I can't create content, I can't build this network, I'm nervous about doing it, on our next call, I'm going to help you guys with getting better at this. Because if you're in any business, as good as you are at what you do, didn't happen overnight. It came with work. But I'm hoping this is an unlock today for a lot of you guys, that you sit there and say, you know what, I'm going to stop only banging on business doors. When we get back to business as usual, that will be a part of my business, but I'm not going to make that my only business because I'm not going to get caught in the next wave. It could be 6 months later, we go back into this pandemic again and we're locked down for a year. Could you survive that? I can. And if you do the things I'm showing you, so can you. So when you are then calling everyone else, what I mean by that is, once you've handled all the people that have actually called you, here's where the magic really happens. When people have seen your content and they've heard from your blast, and then you call them, it is no longer a cold call. It's a warm call. They'll be way more likely to answer the phone when you call. They feel like they know you a little more. And they say, hey, Ben, I saw your content. Hey, I got your voicemail. Hey, I saw your text. I've been meaning to call you back. It's not so, hey, what have you been doing? That's where most professionals honestly fail, is in the follow-up. After they help a client and a month goes by or a year goes by, they feel out of touch and they go, well, how do I start that conversation again? It's been a year. What do I say to them? I'm so awkward now. I'm gonna say, hey, so you want to do business again? No. Have you seen the virus going on? That's awkward. But when you're pushing out content to everyone that already knows you, and then you call them, you have eliminated the awkward conversation because they've already seen you. They will, I promise you, in my experience, they'll say, hey, I saw what you said. I saw what you did. I saw what you've been doing. It's really cool. And then when you call them, that conversation goes over much easier. But what you have to do is take everyone you know, everyone in your contact list, and push those people into your database. And then make those people followers of yours on Facebook. And then I'm going to show you all how to do that. Imagine if everybody you ever spoke to again followed you on Facebook, was your Instagram friend, saw your content, got your blog, and then heard your voice drops, and then you called them. Your businesses would explode. And when you do then call people who haven't called you, that conversation's easier, because then it's like, what do I say? You just care, you solve problems, and it's who else? You care by calling and saying, look, I just was following up with you. I care about you. What do you need? Let them tell you what's going on. See if there's any problems that you can solve. And you ask them if they don't have any problems, who else can I help? Because your goal is expansion, expansion, expansion. Your network, your brand, your database. And the Kylie Jenner effect is the reason why branding is so critical. Because if you have a brand, if people see what you're doing and then you call them, you're not having to call and sell, you're calling and helping. So when you call them, ask, are you okay? Do you have any needs? Who else can I help? Save money, reduce, maybe help you with any other home needs. Or if you're not in the home business, what else can I help you with? And here's my digital business card. Who else can you pass it along to? And with this attitude, you guys are going to be just fine. And this closing of this, I've got a quote from Elon Musk. And he says, people get paid in proportion to the problems that they solve. So if all you do is solve problems, you're going to be paid pretty dang well. But we can't reach everybody that needs us with our phone by calling them one at a time. We just can't, especially in times like this. You have to rely on technology to do the work for you. And that's what social media is to me. It is not a post or a like or a follow. It is not a friend request or showing off what you do or how much money you have or what you make. That's not social media. Social media is how you help people. It is the state of the market. I know most of you guys get news buzz updates. How does everyone know about this pandemic? They know because of social media. We're not all home watching news all day long, but I can assure you, wherever you go, your phone is with you. And when things buzz and there's an update and there's something you need to know, that's because of social media. It's a really good thing because it helps you solve macro problems. So if you're running your business like a social media based business, not Facebook. Facebook's a website. I'm talking social media with the attitude of I'm going to create the biggest network that I can and just pump news and updates and content into that network. And if that's how you approach your business, you will never be out of business and you won't rely on anybody but yourself to stay in business. So people get paid in proportion to the problems that they solve. So have that be your message today. Go solve problems and let's go crush it.